It's from states that Trump lost in the 2020 election. Does that warrant a criminal investigation?
It could, for sure. What it seems to be was that they created a false set of electors. And if the plan worked, their Green Bay sweep, they were going to send the results back to these states. Then these states.
안녕하세요. 매일매일 운동하기를 실천하고 있는 동탄 왕코입니다. 오늘 며칠이죠? 1월 21일입니다. 1월 21일. 벌써 1월이 다 끝나가요. 이제 1월 끝나면 설날입니다, 여러분. 설날 끝나면 2월 시작이죠. 2월 벌써 2월도 한 주가 끝나는 거죠. 네, 2022년 2월이 다가오고 있습니다. 2022년 2월 22일 특별한 날이죠. 아는 사람들만 아는. 일단 운동하겠습니다. 여기 보이시나요? 제가 건강검진을 받고 왔는데 이렇게 피만 뽑으면은 이렇게 멍이 들어요. 그래가지고 어제도 팔굽혀펴기 안 하고 어제 스쿼트만 하고 그래서 하루 쉬면 되겠지 했는데 아직도 멍이 들어 있습니다. 그래서 팔굽혀펴기는 좀 며칠 더 쉬어야 될 것 같아요. 이게 피만 이렇게 바늘만 꽂으면 이렇게 멍이 들어요. 몸에 이렇게 멍이 나. 왜 이러지? 일단은 그러면은 스트레칭 조금 하고 복근 운동 위주로 하고 그 다음에 스트레칭이랑 스쿼트를 하도록 하겠습니다. 역시 운동할 땐 CNN이죠.
Heard it all before? But have you heard it like this?
The ultimate disruptor looks set to shake up our world. What's really going on?
Fast-paced news, in-depth reports, and fact checks from the perspective of the global brief with Bianca Novello, only on CNN.
CNN Talk is the talk of a new town. Join Richard Quest live from Dubai. Global goals drive this conversation. CNN Talk live from Expo 2020 Dubai. Tonight on CNN. Trends, tech, news, Marketplace Asia.
Asia's big tech goes all in at the Consumer Electronics Show with the latest trends set to shape global demand.
Marketplace Asia, Saturday on CNN.
When you travel the world, make sure the world travels with you. Check in, log on, and get connected with all of the latest developments at your fingertips. CNN Partner Hotels. connected to your world.
아,
I'm Bill Weir in Greenland, and this is CNN.
All right, the start of the Beijing Winter Games now just 2 weeks away, but the network televising the Olympics says it is not sending its announcers to China. CNN's David Culver live in Beijing. What drove NBC to this decision, David?
I think that says everything about the strict measures, Christine, that are in place here. And we've been reporting on this for more than 2 years now, ever since I was in Wuhan and have been in China since. These are measures unlike anywhere else in the world. And what we have seen is kind of a lightening of them at sometimes, an easing of them, and then they tighten up again. And they're certainly doing that right now ahead of the Olympics. I want to give you an idea as to what those coming in, who are actually going to be part of the media, part of the personnel, and the athletes, of course, are going to experience. And we've got an animation that I think walks you through and visualize a little bit easier what this bubble system will look like. They're calling it a closed loop system officially. But we can walk you through that animation as they leave Beijing Airport. That's where everyone's going to be coming in who's part of the closed loop system. They're going to be traveling then into the city. And it's not one big bubble so much as multiple bubbles. And connecting all of these little bubbles are dedicated shuttle lines and rail lines. And that's within, for example, the Olympic Park area. But then you've got the mountain venues. Once again, this is the Winter Olympics. Those are on the outskirts of Beijing. So to travel there, they have built dedicated highways and high-speed rail lanes, brand new.
아, 여러분 진짜 집에서 스트레칭 꼭 하셔야 됩니다, 여러분. 근력 운동이 다가 아닙니다.
Keep separate from the general population. They want to keep the general population apart from those who are coming in as part of the Olympic personnel. It is incredibly strict, though, and we're hearing from the IOC within the bubble. They have a very small percentage. They say 1.53% of arrivals. We don't know what that translates to quite yet in numbers of those have tested positive, but they assure folks there are no positive cases and infection going about within the bubble as of yet. So they were able to catch them upon arrival, and that seems to be how they're dealing with it thus far. But it's a precarious situation, and it's not
와, 땀나. 이거만 해도 땀난다, 여러분.
And David, if somebody, an athlete or a spectator catches COVID during the Olympics, what's the protocol for that?
Yeah, I think this is a worst case scenario, right? I mean, and this is what they're so uneasy about, and so many people are taking measures ahead of time. You've got to test negative twice just to get in, and the presumption is that you're vaccinated. If you're not, then you've got to do 21 days of quarantine. If you test positive, to your question, Christine, well, if it's asymptomatic, you can isolate in your room and then be tested multiple times. If you are showing symptoms, they're going to put you into a government medical facility. We don't know where exactly that is, but there's no challenging them. We've dealt with that here. If they tell you you're going to go somewhere, you're going to comply.
Of course, that's right. All right, David Culver, thank you so much for that. Nice to see you. All right, a TV reporter hit by a car live on the air. See the video and hear how she's doing now. Next.
And Democrats looking for a new path after Republicans blocked them from shoring up voting rights. Primary challenges could loom for two senators.
Around Egypt, allowing patients to own their data and move between care providers and health tech apps freely takes a lot of effort, and it turned out it's a worldwide problem. It all started when I was at medicine school, and I was just thinking why no one got their medical record on them whenever they need it. We created a simple physical card with an identifier to their medical records, aggregated from physicians, pharmacies, labs, and radiology centers, all in one place. And for the tech-savvy patients, we launched a mobile app My hope for the future is to get bypass beyond Egypt. We are pushing for more democratized ownership and accessibility to healthcare.
باي باي يا لولي باي باي.
What we've seen a lot is extortion demands that are fake. So someone will get an email that says, hey, we've got access to your computer, we're going to detonate malware, we've got sensitive information unless you pay us. And a lot of times those are fake. So it's important for consumers to make sure that they keep their passwords protected, use a password manager with very secure passwords. Don't reuse passwords across different websites and organizations, which is the number one reason that we see consumers get impacted is their passwords are compromised and they reuse them across sites. And be vigilant. If you see something that doesn't look right, contact the company or go directly to the website. Don't click the link to try to get to a particular website. Go there directly and type it in your browser. And obviously endpoint security, which business we're in, is critically important to identify and prevent those pieces of malware from executing across those systems.
Connect the world with Becky Anderson.
It all starts here. Changing, fighting, creating, connecting. That's why we're here. We live here, we work here, we're from here, and we'll go wherever the story takes us.
I'm Becky Anderson in Tehran.
We are in Jerusalem. Real news that shapes our world. Exploring not just what's going on, but why. I just want to press you on one further point. Getting perspective on this region from this region. Places that many of us know, but few of us get to see. Observing countries on the move, still rooted in tradition. It all starts here, and that's why we're here, bringing you the world from our Middle Eastern hub.
Connect the world with Becky Anderson, tonight on CNN.
Welcome back. Fresh fallout on the Capitol Hill over the failure to pass new voting rights in the U.S. Senate. Democrats could be targeting two of their own in primaries now. CNN's Daniela Diaz is live on Capitol Hill this morning. Daniela, good morning. What do you know?
Laura, I want to talk specifically about one potential primary challenger to Senator Kyrsten Sinema. Congressman Ruben Gallego of Arizona told our CNN Manu Raju yesterday that his phone has been ringing off the hook, Laura, with Democratic colleagues urging him to primary Senator Kyrsten Sinema for her vote this week on voting rights legislation, opposing that rules change to pass voting rights legislation by a simple majority. You know, there's been a lot of tension with Senator Kyrsten Sinema and Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia for their votes against their own party. You know, first it was the Build Back Better Act. They did not support that $3.5 trillion price tag. They wanted to pare down that package. And in the end, Senator Joe Manchin did not even support the final $2 trillion package they were discussing. And now it was voting rights legislation. They did not support that rules change so that they could pass voting rights by simple majority of 50 votes instead of the initial 60 votes needed to pass, to break a filibuster. And as a result, their more progressive colleagues are incredibly frustrated with them. They want to see them primaried, and Congressman Ruben Gallego, of course, told us that he has been, even Senate Democrats urging him privately to primary Senator Kyrsten Sinema in the 2024 election, but right now he has not made a decision. And I do want to emphasize Senator Kyrsten Sinema and Senator Joe Manchin have both shrugged off any potential primary challenges, and there's no decisions yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. Laura?
Daniela, I know you will stay on top of it. Thank you.
All right, to Florida now, where Governor Ron DeSantis is pushing for the country's first armed election police force.
Yeah, it's just the latest in this list of eyebrow-raising proposals from DeSantis, everything from voting rights rollbacks to what's taught in public schools. Joining us now to dig a little deeper into these policies is CNN reporter Steve Contorno. Steve, so nice to have you on early start this morning. So tell us, how exactly would this election security force even work? Are these police officers?
Yeah, this would be a dedicated sworn force of 20 police officers and another 32 individuals that would support them.